one bead at a time. I closed my car door on the way to work, and the purple beaded lanyard holding my security badge broke. I'd strung those beads with friends. The lanyard shattered, beads scattered everywhere. But I wasn't seeing beads anymore. I was seeing my life. Have you ever felt like your life shattered in a single moment? The relationship you trusted, the future you planned, the person you were just broke. I dropped to my knees, picking up those beads one by one. Each bead held meaning, hurt, anger, fear of the unknown. The beads reminded me of my failure. Just that morning, my husband handed me the divorce papers. A broken marriage after nearly 30 years. Betrayal, loneliness, everything scattered, just like those beads. That week, I sat across from my counselor, exhausted. You've been surviving for everyone else. What would it take to start living for you? I don't even know who me is anymore. Then let's start the search with joy. Not the kind you wait for, but the kind you choose, one small step at a time. Her words became the thread I'd been missing. It didn't happen overnight. I cried for months. I went to therapy. I went to church. Sometimes I drank too much with friends, trying to drown the pain. And then 4 wedding invitations arrived, the same year as my divorce. So, God, you must have a wicked sense of humor. I didn't want to go, but I made a choice. I would dress up, smile, dance. Even if I didn't feel joyful, I'd act like I was until I could be again. And so I started picking up the pieces, not beads this time, choices. I bought myself cheap supermarket flowers. I started journaling. I joined a women's group at church. I spent time with friends who made me laugh again, sometimes through tears, sometimes through tacos. I danced again, something I'd stopped because my ex never liked it. And each day I wrote down one thing, just one, to be grateful for. Some days it was I got out of bed. Other days I laughed today. That tiny habit became my lifeline. Gratitude was the first step to joy. Now, none of those things fixed everything, but each one said, I matter. 3 years later, I met someone new, a kind, thoughtful man who loved to dance. I called my sister, Lily, I met someone. Mm-hmm. What do you mean, don't do that? Right. Well, look, my heart already broke once, and I survived. This time, I'm choosing dancing and joy. Right. We started a long distance relationship. Lots of Zoom calls, laughter, virtual dance nights. It wasn't easy, but it was real. And for the first time in years, I began to feel happy again. And then life tested that choice. COVID hit. We couldn't see each other for months. We talked, we laughed, we stayed connected. And just as joy was finding its way back in, tragedy struck again. My nephew was killed in an ATV accident. Two cousins and two coworkers died from COVID. There was so much grief. But by then, I'd already made it my decision. You don't wait for joy to arrive. Joy isn't found, it's chosen. Even in funerals, even in pandemics, even when you're dancing alone in your kitchen, barefoot, with tears in your eyes. Today, 6 years later, I'm still in that long distance relationship, still dancing, still buying flowers, still writing down one thing I'm grateful for, not because life got easier, but because joy became a habit I choose, one step, one bead, one thank you at a time. Happiness isn't a package that shows up at your door. It's a decision you make every single day. When your life scatters, pick up the beads, string them together with gratitude, laughter, and love. And today, when you leave here, choose one bead. Write down one thing you're grateful for. That's where it begins. Buy the flowers, dance in your kitchen. Call the friend who makes you laugh. Life will scatter, beads will break, but joy is the string that holds it all together.